Okay, hi everyone, welcome to Sketchman Draws. This is Boris. Every video is someone's first video, so I'm going to just shortly introduce myself. My name is Boris, I'm a cartoonist, I make comics, and so you can check out some of my content at my website, sketchmanboris.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at sketchman_Boris, where I post illustrations and illustrations related to tutorials or like just random illustrations that I love doing. If you want to check out my comic strips, you can go to @comics by Boris, that Instagram account. And of course, this channel Sketchman Draws, please consider subscribing if you like my videos. I post at least 2 videos per week. I'm trying to post as much as possible. So this is a weekly tutorial. So let's get on with it. We're going to start drawing expressions. So the title of this video is how to draw simple expressions. So you have to understand that in order to draw simple, we have to symbolize everything, and that's what cartoonists do, and that's one of my favorite things. So for the eyes, to start with, let's use eggs. So I'll try as much as possible to give you some equivalents so that you're able to visualize it, because I think the ability to visualize what you're drawing can really help you draw, basically. Because a lot of times you see something, but you might be overwhelmed by the details, or you might not feel confident enough to actually try to draw it. But if you put it, like break it down into simple shapes, if you try to put it into simple symbols, you can actually draw almost anything. So after you've done that, what we're going to do is just to prove the point that a few lines can make a lot of changes. We're going to do the same thing. As a matter of fact, what I can do is I can duplicate this because I'm working digitally. So I can cheat a bit. I'll bring it here. Okay, so now that we have our eggs in place, let's go start with anger. Okay, so with anger, we're going to start with the eyebrows. So simple way to symbolize eyebrows is you probably filled many forms in your life, at least one. You know how you tick that box? Use the same thing here, like just tick, but going the opposite direction. There you have frowning eyebrows. For the eyeball, just to keep it simple, we're just going to draw like a sort of a black egg inside of the egg, right, which will represent the pupils. And for the mouth, so before we go further, I just want to say that you will see a lot of like shapes repeating itself. So, and one of them will be this C curve or this C shape. Okay. So here, I just did that sort of not half moon, but yeah, I guess half moon shape, like based on this C shape. And there you have it, you have anger. Okay. So as we go forward, I'll add more details, but at the end we'll create a character and then apply these expressions to that character, and you'll see how it all comes together. Now let's go to fear. I'm going to keep it again simple, the same eyes. And we're going to use the same mouth. As a matter of fact, I can copy it, but I'm just going to draw the same mouth. And for the eyebrows, again, we're going to use the C curve, but like we're going to draw it like this. As a matter of fact, you might also do, you can also reduce the pupil size to sort of push that fear, because they say when you're like your pupils get dilated, so you can accomplish that look by reducing the size of the pupil. Now let's go to Joy. Again, that C shape, and just put the C shape upside down. So just for the, I'm going to get into more details about the mouths and the eyes and noses, of course, but for the moment we're just going to keep like open mouths where we don't see anything inside. But of course you can always go for more details and add like a lot of subtle things like teeth and tongue, but we'll talk about that. Sadness. So we can do C curve, or just do a really straight line also. And of course you can also push it a little bit further, like you can put like a teardrop or something just to push. And of course the fun thing with cartoons is the ability to exaggerate. So we will not have time to cover all that. I'm just covering the basics here. So I'll do another video on how to exaggerate expressions and body language. So surprise and shock actually for me are very similar. So let me bring them at the same screen at the same time. So actually I'm going to draw them in parallel. So for the eyebrows, I'm just going to lift them up like this. Again, the C shape making its appearance again. For me, the only difference is that here the pupil will be a little bit like bigger, and here again similar to fear. And surprise, of course, like I'm assuming that it's a good surprise. So, and shock. Actually, I can even bring them up a little bit more to show that it's slack jawed. There you have it. These are the simple expressions. Okay. So let's get into a little bit of details, and then we'll create our character and put some expressions on his face. Okay. So here are some eyes that I drew during the online workshop that I do every Sunday. So if you want to join, you can check out the link to my meetup group in the description of this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer them. So I just wanted to show that you're not limited to the egg shape. I just wanted to start to just sort of give you an idea. But of course, you can always go in different directions. Like you can play with the shape of the eyeball itself, the shape of the eyebrows, right? So for example, here I have a somewhat of a much more realistic eye, let's say. And of course you can also add eyelids to sort of give a little bit more subtle emotions. Like for example here, like if the character you want to make the character look sleepy, or if you want the character to sort of suspect something is happening, like be suspicious. I also drew here like what I call like the Hergé eyes, which is like, of course, the Hergé, the creator of Tintin. So Tintin has basically, we don't actually see his eyeball, we just see the pupil, the upper lid, and his eyebrows. And here, of course, this is the iconic Charlie Brown eyes. So again, yeah, you can start with the egg eyes if you want, but then as you get more comfortable, you can comfortable, or if you get bored, you can always experiment with different variations. Some more details about the mouth. So again, don't forget the C curve, the C shape. So of course we started with the open mouth where we color in the black to show that it's hollow, right? But if you want to show teeth, right? So here, the way cartoonists do that is to suggest that there are teeth inside. Is to draw a line like this on the side. Of course, you can also draw the mouth, showing all the teeth, but it will give your character a very villainy, sneaky kind of look. So be aware of that. Of course, like for female characters, just the shorthand is to give like lips like this if they're wearing lipstick. And of course, you can add teeth and tongue, right? So again, there are so many possibilities that I can't show you everything here, but what I can. So these are just some ideas, and of course, as you observe cartoons or read comics, you will pick up these things and put together your own sort of vocabulary of shapes and forms. For the nose, actually, to be completely honest, especially when you draw like a nose like this, for example, let's take the example of manga. The nose, there's nothing expressive in the nose. Most of the time, they don't move, right? Just like the ears, unless you're drawing a dog, which the dog's ears are expressive, but for humans, the ears don't really respond. They don't change based on the expression. But if you are just starting, don't go into this, because just stay with the eyes and the mouth for the moment, and then slowly you can upgrade to having a nose. But if you want to know, if you want to go draw this sort of somewhat semi-realistic nose, let's say, of course, if you want to show the character angry, you can show the nostrils flaring and things like that. Of course, because we are drawing cartoons, you can always exaggerate a bit. Okay. Now let's go to the exciting part, which is drawing a character. So let's start with the ball. So the ball, because just to, again, same thing, it's the goal is to visualize and to give some sort of three-dimensionality to your character, even if it's a fictional, fun cartoon character. And you want to create that illusion that the character is actually there on the page. So without getting too much into perspective, we know that the basic principle of perspective is that the closer the object is to us, it looks bigger, and the further away it is, it looks smaller, right? So you remember the two eggs? So imagine placing the one egg far away and one egg close to you, right? So here, with this ball, so again, the ball is just as a reference to me, the reference for me to build on. Just imagine it as a piece of clay that we're going to sculpt. Okay. Imagine when you have a orange, and then you cut the orange here, and if you turn the orange this side, the line will move to this side, right? And same thing, like if you have a basketball, I don't know how many lines are in basketball, but so for example, if I turn the basketball this way, this line will be here. Okay, so why do we need that line? We need that line because the faces are symmetrical, and that line will give us the middle of the face. So when we are starting the face, we can start by drawing that line and putting the eyes, and just by putting the eyes, you will see it already gives you a lot of like ideas, or like it will give you like a more clear idea on what you can do with the character. Okay, so of course the character is looking this way, right? All this this way. This is called the three-quarter view. Actually, if you look at most cartoons, the characters are not really actually looking straight to the camera. They're actually looking to the side, on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, depending on where maybe they're talking to their friend or to another character. So we'll add one egg here, and then another one here, just a little bit bigger. Again, like I said, just to follow the perspective. It's the same shape. I think we're not drawing a 3D shape. It's just, instead of drawing the same size, we're drawing them in different sizes. Of course, we're not going to keep these lines, what we call reference lines. We'll erase them as we develop the character. Okay. So just going to go really simple. I'm going to create a dog. So I'm going to draw a muscle here. So for his nose, I'm going to draw like a triangle with rounded edges. For the pupils, we can keep the same here. So we can erase the bottom part to give us space for the neck. Okay. And actually I'm going to erase this line because I don't need it anymore. I placed my eyes already, so, and I'm going to remove this part. Again, you see, like it's like sculpting, right? Just removing things, putting things. That's why I like it's for me. It's fun to sorry. It's fun to think about drawing and sculpting. So, okay, now first let's draw him angry. Again, same thing, like the eyebrows, like his right eyebrow is smaller slightly than his left eyebrow. Okay, let's start. So she's angry. So maybe here is sad. Again, as you can see how the face changes, right? It's really, I mean, it really is magic. So, and just to end on a good note, going to make him happy. So yeah, there you have it, like how to apply some basic simple expressions that we have learned to a character that we just came up like this, and with using simple shapes. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And this is Boris for Sketchman Draws, signing off.